Okay, well, we go from fabulous and awesome, wonderful to more fabulous and awesome and wonderful. As I am honored to introduce today's spark and speaker. Her name is Traci Sanginiti, and she's going to be sharing on the topic of the Spring Equinox 2021, Balance Restored. The spring equinox brings with it new ideas and new dreams for the future, a time of hope and renewal and rebirth to restore balance once again. So I'm glad you're joining us for this collective message and meditation to see how this energy may best serve your life and spirit. Traci is a spirit coach, but most of all, a seeker, always searching for the right path. She tried on many hats along the way. She's an Intuitive Channel, a Reiki and Angelic Reiki Master, a tarot expert. Traci also uses a library of different oracles along with energy medicine to guide you to both holistic and spiritual solutions. Traci founded Inspired Chi with AJ Jonczak. You can correct that. I got that right? Yeah. In 2018, and has been serving the community of spiritual seekers in the greater Philadelphia and Bucks County areas. Traci's also a non-denominational minister and enjoys developing and facilitating ceremonies, programs, and rituals for Inspired Chi's unique classes, retreats, and workshops. And I'm sure she'll post all of that in the chat if you'd like to reach out to her. Former co-host of Inspired Chi Radio on Voice America's Empowerment Channel, Traci creates interactive opportunities to connect to your guides on their YouTube channel. So please help me give a very warm circle welcome to Traci Sanginiti. Thank you, Traci.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And I'm so honored to be here. I have been on a couple of these since they've become Zooms instead of in person throughout this year. I've had the opportunity to listen to some of the speakers and the service, and it's really beautiful, and I'm very honored to be here. I've been reading tarot since I was about 13 years old, and I've only been doing it professionally about the last 5 years, because I really got to a point where I wanted my passion to take up more of my time. So that's kind of how it started. And today I'm going to do an interactive message with all of you. And the theme is the spring equinox. You know, when I think of the spring equinox, I think of the star card of the tarot, which is just, you know, new beginnings, renewal, wish fulfillment, and most of all, hope. Because this time last year, I had to give probably one of the most difficult collective readings I've ever done, as we were about barely a week into the beginning of the pandemic. And the messages that I had to deliver were very difficult. And it was a lesson for me, not just in, being able to give the good messages of hope and the potential that's out there, but also to have to give the very difficult messages of dark times that we have to go through. So this year, I'm very happy that it's a different energy, that we're moving out of that. And I'm really excited to be able to give this reading to you. So normally what I do is I have 3 piles of cards, but in the interest of, time and the Zoom event, I want you to look at what I'm going to put a little object up, and it's going to be 1, 2, or 3. And I just want you to think about what resonates for you and hold that, because that part of the message will hold the most personal messages for you, if that makes sense. Okay, and we're going to just jump right into that, if that's okay. Okay, so message number 1, we have a dragonfly. I don't know if you can see that. Message number 2, we have a key. And message number 3, we have a rose quartz. Let's see that there a little bit. Okay. So you may find messages in all three, and that's okay. Take what resonates for you, leave the rest. But you'll probably find a more personalized message in what resonated for you in that way. So you chose one, the dragonfly. The rune card that you're getting is Journey. So you're about to begin a brand new journey, and with it has such a beautiful energy and acceptance of yourself and moving forward and with what you really want. I think that a lot of people over this last year have had some epiphanies about who they are and what they want and what they don't want. So it looks like the dragonflies are going on a brand new journey, and it's supported by the universe. Some of you, it may be a romantic journey. We do have the lovers here. So that comes up sometimes when we're talking about self-love and the heart chakra itself, but sometimes it comes up in a merging of energies in a romantic relationship way, in a partnership type of way, in a very beautiful energy in both the heart chakra and the sacral, is the energy that's coming through. One of the challenges has been acceptance, okay? And that's right in the root chakra. And for some of it, it could be your own inner voice that's coming in here with some negative thoughts or some thoughts about the past. And for others of you, it may be somebody from even in your life today, but a lot of times I get a mother energy from this, kind of in the back of your mind, you could even be judging yourself harshly, which I think, Pat, that was a beautiful seed. And I think it was so fitting to, what we're going to be talking about today. But you're going to come into a certain acceptance about yourself, and you're going to be able to put the judgment of others and the opinions of your past self behind as you come along this journey. And that's just going to be really refreshing for you. It's going to be dropping something very heavy that you no longer needed to carry. So that's a beautiful energy coming for you. And for some of you in that relationship, getting those lovers, sometimes, when we're in that relationship, it is a mirror, and, what another person can see in us that maybe we haven't been able to see so far or allowed ourselves to see. So there's a lot of change coming there for the ones. So that's beautiful. And then it's saying nurture your dreams. Also card 22, if you're a numbers person. A lot of dreams, and we'll do this in the meditation, but a lot of dreams kind of went on hold this year, in this period of uncertainty. So it is going to be an opportunity for you to nurture your dreams and to start over again with the star and the renewal and that hope. So if you chose dragonfly, you have some really beautiful energies, and it's just a matter of being able to accept yourself and to tame that inner voice, whether it's yours or somebody else's, a parent, an ex, whatever that is to you. You're going to let that go and begin to nurture your dreams, and all of the energies around you are very much favoring that. So you're starting the spring equinox with some beautiful energies. If you have two, if you chose the key, you had a little bit more of a challenging year. And if you're a tarot person, usually you'll see a tower. And in the rune, it is the card of disruption. And personally, I'd never like to see this because I have control issues, and I don't like when things don't go according to plan myself. But disruption isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it comes in to shake things up because it's something that you wouldn't maybe do yourself. Maybe you wouldn't exit a situation. Maybe you would feel a little bit more obligated to a job and not want to move on to what you know is right. So disruption isn't always a bad card, but it is a big change up. And a lot of times it can be unexpected, not always to us. Sometimes we surprise ourselves. But the card that it's paired with, I really love. You're getting the Chariot. So whatever big changes have come, even if they weren't welcome to you, even if they were upsetting, or they will be, it's an energy that's around right now, just keep in mind that you're going to be taking the reins and moving forward. And the Chariot card is a card of victory. So even if you can't see the outcome, the important thing is to start. And just know that anything that's being taken away from your life right now is clearing the way for you to be your more authentic self and to follow and nurture the dreams as you move into this new season. These next 3 months are going to be very important for you. We do have the spring equinox in about 2 weeks, but The 13th, next Saturday, we have a new moon, which is also a great time to set up some new intentions and have a fresh start. So anything that kind of gets taken out of your life at this time, just know that it is for your best interest and you will be happy with the result, even if you didn't like the way that maybe it came about. Some of you may also be dealing with a lot of grief. Someone may have lost someone unexpectedly, or even if you expected it, it doesn't even make it so much easier. So the twos are dealing with a lot of grief, and that could be in the form of actual death around you, and experiencing a profound loss. It could also come up in the form of your past self, your past relationships, and leaving, sometimes when this comes up in this releases here, to me, these aren't always people that have passed. Sometimes this is just a sea of old, friends and old lovers, even old identities that you just need to let go of so you can embrace the person that you're growing to be. You're not expected not to change. You're not expected to stay exactly the same, especially because maybe some people count on that from you. It doesn't leave you obligated not to fulfill your desires when you're here, and not to, be the person that you feel truly at home being. Some of you have gone, we've all kind of gone into a hermit mode, but specifically for the keys, twos, there's been a lot of seeking within, a lot of reflection that's been going on, or you may be coming into a period of that. Whatever you learned and whatever you want to share that you've shed some light on, now will be the time to step out into that, okay? And you don't always have to share your experiences. You don't always have to give the why of what you're doing and defend or, validate things for other people. You've gone within and listening to your higher self, your true self, your higher power, whatever that is to you, and coming out with answers and leaving things behind that no longer serve you and leaving a lot of pain behind. So that big change that's going to be coming up for you will be positive. Okay, and to work on that healing part of yourself, there was just an energy of Mercury retrograde. No one likes that because it's very hectic energy and unplanned energies. Things can really go wrong, but it's also a perfect time for healing. And you may have been recently triggered by something that you thought was healed from your very past. So it may have caused this reflection. So no matter how old those wounds are, it's a time to heal them and let them go. And it's a time to move forward because you do end in victory here. So whatever you want to do, it's not impossible. Coming into the messages for the threes or the rose quartz. The rune you're getting is the gateway, okay? And you don't cross the gateway without having had some deep thoughts and considerations. You may, from the outside in, it may look like a very spontaneous choice, or it may be one of my favorite quotes is, by the seat of your pants, flying by the seat of your pants. My dad used to like to say that about me a lot when I was younger, but it's not without a lot of deep thought that you've crossed this, okay? So the threes are coming into a gateway that you've given a lot of thought. Just because you haven't shared that thought with the people that will see you make this choice, decision, cross this threshold, the opportunity will come now, okay? And you are fully supported by the universe to do that. The tarot card you're getting is the Fool, which is the beginning of a journey. So with the tarot cards, the first 22 cards are about universal energies, and that it's very timely that you're supposed to do. And the scary thing about the Fool is it involves risk, right? Usually a lot of images of this are he's stepping off of a cliff. This one he's doing some juggling. But either way, you get the idea. It takes risk, and it can be very nerve-wracking to start a new journey, but it is supported. So you're going to be going on a brand new journey, something new, and it's timely for you to do so, and you are supported. This could be a job, a relationship. Some of you might be moving, but it's definitely a new start, and being in a rut for a little while and having this paired with the gateway and the other cards that I will share with you, again, this is very supported. So it is going to take bravery, but the stagnant energy that you've been in is holding you back, not just spiritually, emotionally, physically. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with receiving what is yours and the gifts and the potential that are meant for you. That's why you're here. Which brings me to silence your thoughts, okay? Some of you may get really stuck in your head, okay? We all do, right? A little bit more anxiety in this last one that I feel. And these don't feel like other people's opinions, though. These don't feel like judgments. These feel like, you know, your own thoughts, your own worries, your own reasons to delay or to be too afraid to move forward. And, you know, Spirit's saying to you, silence those thoughts because the time is here. The journey is going to open this door for you, and it's going to be, even if it's scary, part of the next chapter for you. So that's really exciting. And then the last card that you're getting is renewal, which, I mean, might as well be the star card, right? There's a lot of themes in this, and that wasn't planned, of course, but the renewal kind of reminds me of the Empress, right? So you're talking about creation, a renewal of spirit, a renewal of hope, and a lot of times renewal of a goal. So again, you know, I started this by saying that the reading that I had to do last year was not the one that I would like to have given. This one's a lot better, and it's a good time to have hope and have that opportunity to make some change. And we've all witnessed a lot this year. And the energies, a lot of us have had to really protect our energies, even though naturally we're more givers. There's a lot of protection that had to happen with all the changes that are happening right now. So a renewal of spirit and a big change in going on a new journey is what we have for threes, or the rose quartz. So I just want to check my time real quick before I go into a little bit of the meditation. I think we're okay. Okay. So I'm going to pull a spirit card here for the collective. And it's funny because I pulled one, and because I wasn't in the right mindset, I didn't know if that was for me or everybody. So I will give you that one as well before we go into the meditation. Okay. So the first card that we're getting is study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. And you're also getting, have fun. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. I feel like that was for the last reading there, but. So some beautiful energies of springtime coming through. I know it's a real shift, not just in energy, but planetary energy, you know, being out there, getting your hands dirty in the soil, being able to see some friends, maybe outdoors. It will shift the energy, and it is a perfect time. As far as the study goes, you know, it doesn't, some of you may be going back to school. Some of you just may be learning something new that you're going to be really excited about. So it's a beautiful energy coming in, and I'm so happy to be able to share those messages with you. But one of the things before we can really accept those gifts moving forward that I would just like to do is just release some of this other energy. So if you want to close your eyes, take a deep breath. We're focused on rebirth. And when you think of rebirth in your life, what image comes to mind? During this holding period, during this time, this very strange year, who did you allow yourself to be? What behaviors did you allow? No judgment. We're going to release those energies, the ones of just surviving, the ones of just coping, and the ones of feeling the pain. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and exhale. It's time to come out of survival mode. It's time to come out of the dark winter. Embrace the earth. Embrace your own energies and your own dreams, and renew and have a rebirth of yourself and what you used to think is possible and what you've discovered is possible for yourself and your life and your family. What dreams fell to the wayside? What things had to be put on hold? Whether that was because of the current circumstance, the current energy of the planet, or just obligations that maybe came up that you weren't planning for, that you had to put the things that really fed your soul to the side. Or maybe that you discovered no longer fed your soul and you found yourself looking in a completely different direction, maybe something you had never expected for yourself. What are those dreams? Can you see them for yourself? I want you to hold that image in your mind. And I want you to place your hands over your heart chakra. Take one more deep breath. And I want you to picture the light entering your heart chakra, setting your soul on fire, and dripping down into that solar plexus to give us the motivation, the confidence, and the energy to move forward with excitement into the spring equinox, into the new season, and hopefully to the end of this very difficult year. It's time to revive them. It's time to do what you had every excuse not to do. And it's time to forgive yourself for procrastination, for vices, for a lot of things that may have come up this year that may be causing that negative self-talk in your mind, or may have made you question who you were and what your path was. Happy equinox. Thank you for joining me.